No, this is not clickbait. We are actually getting a One Punch Man live action movie. Now, I'm going to go over what we know so far and then kind of give you guys some thoughts of, what I think, my level of excitement for this movie, I guess. So right now what we know is that Justin Lin is set to direct this movie, and for those of you who don't know who Justin Lin is, he is responsible for, the majority of the Fast and Furious movies. And we also know that Scott Rosenberg and Jeff Pinkner are set to team up to write this movie, and they're also responsible for writing Jumanji: The Next Level and Venom. On top of that, Avi Arad and Ari Arad, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, of Arad Productions, who are, responsible for helping produce the the Spider-Man films, Iron Man, and the X-Men series, are set to produce this. So that's just about what we know about this movie at this point, and it's set to be, I guess, in production at the end of this year. Now, with all that being said, I am personally not very excited for this at all, and it's for a couple of reasons. So, number one, I'm not a huge fan of this Fast and Furious movies. I'm really not. I liked 1 and 2, and Tokyo Drift was kind of cool, but I don't know. I just think they're just so dry and corny, and it's really all just about the explosions and the action, because the writing, there's no writing involved, no good writing involved. And if you guys enjoy the Fast and Furious movies, don't, I'm not the authority on good or bad movies, so don't let me take anything away from you. This is just my opinion, but I'm just not a fan of those movies. They don't strike me as well-made, well-directed movies. Now, Justin Lin is a talented director, obviously, because he's producing huge budget movies. Obviously he'd do a lot better job than I would at directing a movie, for example. But I just don't think that this is something that is geared to his strengths, I guess. But what really concerned me the most was the writing, because, as you guys know, as One Punch Man fans, the writing is one of the greatest parts of the story. It's the reason why the webcomic took off, because the writing was just so good. It was funny, it was interesting. One's a great writer, and to this point, I don't think that One and Murata are going to be involved in this movie at all. This is going to be a Western made movie. It's not going to be made in Japan, as far as I know. That means that One's writing is not going to be a part of this. So we're gonna have to rely on Scott and Jeff to get this right. And with movies like Jumanji: The Next Level and Venom, which Venom was pretty alright, but Jumanji: The Next Level, I don't know, it was, in my opinion, a super cash grabby, nostalgic movie, and had nothing special in terms of writing. I just feel with the people that are involved, especially the producers, having been involved with a lot of Marvel stuff, they're gonna try to make this into a superhero movie, like Avengers type superhero movie, because we got to remember that at the end of the day, these companies are looking to make money. They're not looking to give fan service to all of us who are One Punch Man fans. They're looking to make money first, and a piece of the audience second, or that might not even be second, it might be third, who knows. But with that being said, they're gonna try to make this movie appeal to a larger audience, right? And so that means that the majority of the people that are going to be pushing this to aren't going to be people that are fans of manga or comic book stuff like that. They're going to be geared towards people that like action movies and superhero movies, because that's kind of the hot thing right now. And that really concerns me, because the basis of One Punch Man is, it's a satirical story of playing on all these, superhero tropes and shonen manga tropes. And I feel a lot of this stuff is going to get lost in a live action movie. I personally don't feel that it's going to be as witty, as well written. I feel the characters are probably going to be a lot drier, just because, they're going to be in my opinion, I feel they're going to get written a lot more generically than how One writes his characters, because the manga has 165 chapters to this point to help build these characters and kind of help us really like these characters, when in a movie, which is going to be, I don't know, an hour and a half or something, we're probably not going to get introduced to many characters, and they're probably not going to get very well developed, because there's such a short amount of time between the beginning of the movie and the end for them to kind of come around. Now, I really hope that Justin Lin is actually a One Punch Man fan and actually likes the manga, which maybe is why he decided to come on board for the project. But because then, he might be able to do it some justice. Who knows? I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic about this, because it's more One Punch Man content, but I just feel if this movie doesn't do well, it's just gonna kill a lot of One Punch Man's momentum in the West for a lot of people that aren't familiar with the manga and stuff like that. And we can't afford these kinds of bombs from the One Punch Man franchise because, you know, season 2 was hated by a lot of people. I mean, I personally didn't have a huge problem with it, but a lot of people did not like the second season. And this is why I feel like the third season is just so stalled out, because if it was a lot more well received, then they probably would have, you know, kicked it into gear and started season 3 already. But with this live action movie, I feel like if it goes bad, it's gonna scare a lot of big names in the industry from taking a chance on One Punch Man and doing it justice. And on top of that, like we've seen with a lot of manga adaptations to live action, they haven't gone very well. You know, like just take a look at the Dragon Ball Z movie. I thought it was terrible, even when I was a you know, younger kid. You know, when I would normally think this kind of stuff is cool. No, I did not like the movie at all. And you know, I don't know, guys. I mean, I want to, like I said, I want to be optimistic about this movie. I want to be optimistic about new One Punch Man stuff, since we haven't gotten anything on season 3 yet. So anything that is in the manga is some good news. But when I saw that who was making the movie and the fact that, you know, Sony Pictures is basically, you know, making this whole thing happen, I just got very discouraged. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think about this movie. Are you gonna like it? Do you guys like the Fast and Furious series? If you do, please don't hate me too much in the comments. And you know, let's have a conversation about this. I really want to know what you guys think about the idea of this being made into a live action movie, because now you know my opinion. I'm not very excited, but I'm trying to stay optimistic for, you know, maybe a surprising outcome here. But that's it. Just wanted to make a quick video talking about this for, you know, just a second. So, you know, like the video, subscribe, because I do make a ton of One Punch Man content. I'm actually putting out a big video this week, so be on the lookout for that. Keep your notifications on so you know as soon as that video comes out. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.